Howdy, kids. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some Doctor Who news. News from around the universe, blah, blah, blah. You know the rest. Not much going on, big time, as far as Doctor Who news goes. Just a couple small things here and there, but let's get into them. Alrighty. First off the top of my head, sorry about that. I forgot to put some stuff up there. Okay. Okay, all we have basically is from Butte Street, short video. I turned the audio down because it's just mainly wind. There's no dialogue. Just, Jenna Coleman heading for the car and whatnot. And then also we have just a few shots with her signing some autographs for fans on her way to the Butte Street shoot. This is all interior shooting, so there's not going to be any pictures probably coming out on this one anytime soon. So we'll just have to be patient. Series 9 will be here before we know it, and so will fall and winter. And oh man, I don't want to go into any of that. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's get a few things done here. First up, off the top of the list, Dr. Who TARDIS lift doors for the Durham Police HQ. That's right, and this is over on BBC News. Lift doors designed to look like the TARDIS from Doctor Who have been installed at new police headquarters in Durham. They tweeted a picture of the new doors, apologizing that time travel was not an optional extra. Spokeswoman said customizing the lifts that showed the Force could be professional and still have a sense of humor. The staff moved into the new 14 million pound building next to its old base at Achillea Heads in Durham City last autumn. The tweet attracted one complaint saying that the doors were a waste of taxpayers' money. The 6 lifts were covered with vinyl wraps, not hand-painted, and the cost have been pretty modest. And the spokesman for Durham Constabulary said, or Constabulary, sorry, personalizing headquarters is a bit quirky and a talking point for anyone who came into the building. Now, vinyl strips do not cost that much. I don't know why people are complaining. They are relatively cheap. It probably didn't cost them too much to do this, to be honest with you. It depends on who made them, where they got them from and whatnot. Okay. Billie, Piper, and David Tennant Wizard World panel will be live from Comic-Con Philadelphia. From what I'm hearing, though, in one article, this is going to be United States only. So fans in the USA will be able to watch a live stream of that panel on Saturday, 9th of May from 10:30 to 11:15 via Con TV, the new digital network devoted exclusively to fan space. This will be the first time Dave and Billie have appeared at an event together in the United States and their first ever live stream Q&A. So if you're interested in this, that's going to be this coming weekend. Be sure to go tune in, check it out if you have access to that ability. Okay. Another interesting one, interview with my God, why am I stumbling over the easiest stuff tonight? Can't even say constabulary. Oh, constabulary. Oh, gosh, man. I'm starting to speak some foreign tongue, probably one that's a broken dialect from like several thousand years ago. Oh, boy. Okay, so all you philologists out there, get out your pens and pencils. You might be able to decipher an ancient language from my babbling tonight. Oh, man, it's like, ugh. Yeah, I can say philologist. What the hell? All right. Doctor Who, an interview with Robert Shearman, the man behind the new classic episode Dalek, spoke to us about Doctor Who, his new show, The X-Files, and much more. Now, Bob Shearman wrote Dalek, and I still, for the life of me, cannot figure out why in the name of ancient Chinese hell, or, well, the Chinese had many hells, but that's a whole other thing. If you've watched, Big Trouble in Little China, you know that. But the thing is, this guy wrote one of the game-changing episodes of the entire new series. This was one of the handful of episodes in the new series that I have actually given an honest 10 out of 10 to, despite rumors that someone else started. Because this one right here nailed it. It was Chris Eccleston pulled it off brilliantly. Billie, Piper, awesome in this episode. It was just well written, well done, and it was, of course, based off Bob Shearman's Big Finish audio he did just before that called Jubilee. And Jubilee is also awesome, 6th Doctor story. But I'm still trying to figure out for the life of me why he hasn't been brought back in the new series at all. This was one of the game-changing episodes of the beginning season. And it should have, he should have been brought back at least once or twice since then. But Okay, veteran of the Big Finish drama, Shearman adapted his own story, Jubilee, for television. Shearman is currently in New York City for a restaging of his 1992 play Easy Laughter, a biting satire that still feels very much of the moment. This Saturday, he'll appear at Brooklyn's only Who-themed bar, The Way Station, to host a screening and discussion of Dalek. In advance of these events, we had an opportunity to ask him about his fascinating career, and this is what he had to say, and then they go into the interview from there. Like I said, Bob Shearman, like I said, this is one of the episodes. This is one of the best episodes of New Who. Beats the hell out of a lot of certain other ones I can mention. Well. All right, so be sure to go check out a nice little interview. And then while we're talking about writers, Toby Whithouse, who's writing, so one of the two-parters for the season, if I remember right. Is it 5 and 6? Because Moffat's writing 1 and 2. That's right. So, interesting interview with the BBC Writers' Room. Writer Toby Whithouse spoke about the continuing appeal of writing Doctor Who. In the past years, Whithouse has written a number of popular episodes, including School Reunion and The God Complex, but his last effort was 2012's A Town Called Suck. I mean, A Town Called Stupid, A Town Called Misery, A Town Called Bullshit. A Town Called Mercy. Fortunately, he's back with a two-parter for his first story ever for Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor for Series 9. And when he was quizzed about his dream coming true, writing for a show he grew up loving, he said, and he goes into they go into the interview pretty much from here. So if you want to read a little bit more about Toby Whithouse, I remember he did write, the girl who died and the woman who lived. So interesting bit there if you want to get a little looking on him. Okay, jumping on over here, Series 8 soundtrack. Here's the full track listings for it. The Series 8 soundtrack finally's got a release date, and it's just around the corner. It's set to be out on the 18th of May. Funny we mentioned the 18th of May because that's the day. Omega Files has Sophie Aldred on board. I'm loaded. Okay. Courtesy of Silva Screen, and features music from across Series 8's 12-episode run, plus the recent Christmas special, Last Christmas. It's performed by the BBC National Orchestra of Wales, Murray Gold, and conducted by Ben Foster and James Shearman. And there's the track listings if you want to go take a look at them. It said, don't worry, this article the link to it will be below in the description box as usual, and you'll be able to find it down there if you want to go take a look for yourself. And lastly, cover art for The Fate of Krelos has been released. Okay, matter of fact, we'll drop right here to the bottom. This one's set to be released in July from Big Finish Audio. It's available to pre-order now. Here's the link right here in gray. If you want to click on it, always the pre-order price is always a bit lower, and the purchase of the CD grants you a free download as soon as it becomes available, and that's often before the order ships. And like I said, I cannot recommend Big Finish Audios enough. I really can't. It's just an incredible way to experience, your classic Doctors and continuing adventures with classic companions. And, it's pretty much the only way you can do that right now because they're never going to show any of them on the new show anymore. Sure, you got Tom Baker for 3 minutes. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just being a little little bit of sarcastic there. Don't worry about it. Okay. Keep in mind, Omega Files this weekend's going to be Vampires, John Carpenter movie 1998, starring James Woods. I believe it's Stephen Baldwin, and a whole host of others you'll probably recognize from other movies. And this one, like I said, it leans more towards the horror angle. It's definitely not for the kiddies, but it's an interesting film because I love the way John Carpenter styles his characters and all that. And this is based off a book that I'm now have to go look up. Okay, well, that's all I got for you tonight, kids. So take it easy. Have a good one. Catch you on the flip side. Talk to you now.